Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex and we're with Lewis outside Stamford Bridge. We've just beaten AFC Wimbledon 2-1. I'm saying that with a lot of chest, but listen, a win's a win, but could have been better, could have been a lot worse. What's your thoughts on what you've seen, Lewis?
Keyword was just. It wasn't great until the first teamers came on, I won't lie, but we did enough. Kind of got away a little bit with the goals, one being a penalty, another one just being a massive mistake from the goalkeeper. But I guess you got to take the luck when it comes. Wimbledon defended really well, especially in the first half. Low-key think we might have a little bit of a problem with low blocks, but I also think it's a bit too early to call that as well. So I don't want to sit there and say it's an actual problem right now. But it was an issue against West Ham. It was kind of an issue again today. But maybe that was down to inexperience. I think that there was obviously going to be a lot of rotation for this game. Maybe it had an impact on the performance, but I won't lie, respectfully, with it being Wimbledon, I did expect a bit more. I thought we would dominate and look a little bit better. I thought there'd be a bit more of a gulf in class between the two sides. But the first half was a bit disappointing from us. Other than Colwell, I thought was really good. Ugo Chukwu in phases was good, had a couple sloppy moments, but for the most part did his job well. Madueke, everything just ran through him, and again, might have been a little bit too selfish at times, but when he's the only player that's really driving the ball forward, trying to make chances for other players, I'm not going to nitpick on those little parts of his game. At least there was somebody who looked like they wanted to take the game by the scruff of the neck. Gallagher, I won't lie, wasn't good. It was a bit of a step back from him. Lost the ball a lot of times, wasted a lot of chances.
It's interesting with Gallagher. I almost see a player that, I don't know, if I was to name one just off the top of my head, I'm looking at like an Ander Herrera or a Ji-Sung Park. A player that in a big game, you can put him on a man, you can give him a job, and he'll do that. And I think he did that against Liverpool very well, against a great side. But it seems like against the smaller teams, he's struggling. He's not the creative outlook that you look for in the midfield. He's just a powerhouse that can, potentially drag you through a big game if you need to keep a clean sheet or engage a press. What's your thoughts on him so far? Because we were very optimistic at the beginning of the season after the Liverpool game, but there was also the sense of, listen, he wasn't great last year. He needs to prove himself and be consistent. We haven't really seen that.
He's been good for the start of the season. I think you can't look at him and not think that there's been an improvement in his performances from what we've seen last season. Off the ball, he looks a lot better. He looks a lot more defensively aware. The tackles are better. Press resistance does need to improve sometimes, and I kind of get what you're saying as well, where he is a lot better off the ball, and that probably suits us a lot better when you mention the likes of those Ji-Sung Parks, when you have a better team around them. Not really the case today. Yeah. Maybe impact his performance. I'm not going to get at him for one bad game when, to be honest, he's given us 2 or 3 good games already at the start of the season. It's a bit of a setback at most, but it wasn't a good performance from him.
I guess it's just the fact that it's against Wimbledon. Do you know what I mean? Out of all the teams, this is the game when you want to thrive on the ball, and you have to. I mean, I predicted Gallagher to score. I thought Maatsen would probably score as well. He did well in pre-season. I mean, Maatsen did come close, and Gallagher had chances as well. But it was Fernandez that made the difference.
Fernandez, Nicholas Jackson as well. I want to give him a little shout for the link-up play. But as soon as both of them came up, we looked a lot more comfortable in possession. We were making much better chances. Wimbledon had to go back a little bit more as a result of that, and even with that we still looked a little bit better. So that's why I don't want to say maybe we already have a problem with low blocks. It's just a little concern, but when you have the likes of Enzo Fernandez who can pick out passes in tight spaces, that might be a little bit more of a way around it. So I don't want to jump to conclusions off a game like this. It wasn't the dominating performance that we expected, but I was kind of glad that we got the result, because I want this trophy. We haven't got any Champions League football. This and the FA Cup needs to be our European football, and we need to take it seriously. I was worried at some points that we might be throwing it away, but thankfully we showed some resolve. We took our chance when the opportunity came. You need a bit of luck at times, and I don't think the performance says anything too much about the first teamers. Even the likes of Gallagher had a bad performance. It was more some of the fringe players. Like Moreira, respectfully, he's got to go on loan. I don't think he's got the experience for this level right now, and that's fine. Like, he's a young kid and everything. Don't need to beat him up about the game and everything, but I think alone would suit him a little bit better. Didn't really notice Burstow too much. Humphreys, I thought he had a good performance as well. But it was just, I didn't even see what the penalty decision was. Was it a punch from Sanchez, or was it something of Cucurella or a Sanchez punch?
I was standing behind Poch. He was going mad. In fact, I got a clip. I put it on the channel during the game. But yeah, I didn't see exactly what it was. It seemed like a dodgy decision for me. It seemed like a soft penalty. I would love to ask everyone that was watching from home what it was like, but obviously nobody could watch the game. So I don't know what the situation was with that either. But look, it's another game without a clean sheet, but we can still take positives defensively, as you said, with Colwell and a couple of others. How are we feeling going into the Nottingham Forest game? Because this is a different outfit. I don't think they're going to be parking the bus. They like to come and play.
I agree with you on that. I think it'll be a bit more of an open match. I also think with the first teamers coming in and improving the performance, I think that would settle a little bit more nerves going into a Forest match. We should still go there. We should still get 3 points and just go into the international break in a much better position. Fact is, it's still our second home win in a row, which I don't remember the last time we've had that. Might have been October if we were lucky. If not, I don't even think it was at any point last season. So we're in a very good spot in terms of momentum. Forest is still coming up. After that, it's Bournemouth. After that, I think it's Fulham and maybe Villa in a couple of weeks' time.
It's a great run.
Good run of games. Things don't get really hard for us until mid-October, November. Keep making the most of it. At the very least, we got the result. Because if we lost, that would have been a massive setback for the players, and especially in the way we're being viewed as well by rival fans, because we'd be getting cooked if we got knocked out by Wimbledon, especially the day after Spurs. But thankfully, we got the performance. Give me a London away or just any away with decent allocation, and let's go get the Carabao Cup, because we need to give some of these young players a winning feeling, and this is one step forward to that.